Hey, this is Kat from Red Mountain Shaman, and I share shamanic wisdom through dreams, visions, nature, synchronicities, intuition, channeling, art, music, photography, and shamanic journeys. Welcome back to my channel. In today's episode, I want to dive a little deeper into what Yeshua was talking about in a recent channeled message when he mentioned that the original 13 colonies would be restored, and a deeper meaning of the 13 segments on the back of the turtle, which represents America, or what the Native Americans call Turtle Island. While I was pondering this topic, one of our songs popped up into my mind, and it's called A Dozen Stones. Rewrote this song over a decade ago, and it's another song which to me feels like I channeled it from my higher self, because I was unaware of this biblical story. I never really knew what the words truly meant, because honestly, I've never even read the entire Bible cover to cover. Anyway, the lyrics talk about 12 stones and a broken altar in repair. So I decided to look these things up, and sure enough, they are mentioned in the Bible. Apparently, these 12 stones represent the 12 tribes of Israel on the altar that Elijah built. The tribes fell away, and the altar was broken. The stones may represent the way to bring back truth, light, and instruction in order to remember the Creator again. The people were following false prophets of Baal, and Elijah challenged them to test their false prophets against the true power of the Great Spirit. He poured many barrels of water over the altar, and the fire of the Lord still caught flame. This story is in 1 Kings 18:38. In the end, the prophets of Baal and their God were proven false and executed, and the God of Israel sent the rain he promised. Perhaps these 12 stones and the repaired altar are representative of remembering the Great Spirit in our own day, and that the Creator is more powerful than the false prophets of our day, and is sovereign over all creation. Perhaps the repaired altar represents the restoration of the tribes of Israel in our day. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. The second thing mentioned in this song that we wrote many years ago with our band Paladine was a parting of the robe on the hour. After research, I found that this was also biblical. There are 12 hours in a day. In 1 Kings 29, this story is explained. Jeroboam was found leaving Jerusalem by the prophet Ahijah, and he parts or tears his robe into 12 pieces. He says one tribe will remain under the rule of the house of David, or that one tribe would go to Judah. Now, in past videos, I mentioned that I'm beginning to think that Judah might be Utah, and that many Native Americans are descendants from Hebrews. I'll post some in-depth videos about this speculation, as well as our song that talks about the 12 stones, in the comments if you're interested. I asked Yeshua if he would expound on all of this information that's swimming around in my head, and here's what he said, along with my own thoughts afterwards. I might also add a special song we composed for the holiday season after that. Enjoy. Dearest daughter of the Most High, we meet again in the silence of a cold winter's morn. What plagues humanity will be stilled by the hand of the Most High, for it is unnatural and unholy. The light that comes from the force that is the Great Spirit wants balance to be returned to the planet. The machine that churns in favor of disconnection to this light will be stopped, even though all seems insurmountable. The 12 stones that are the breastplate or armor of God are in place. The 12 stones that adorn my new city are in place. My new Jerusalem will be. Just as the darkness descends, so does the light. In my time of silence, I gather my elect to their rightful places. The sword of truth will come forth out of the mouths of my 12 tribes. They stand at the ready to explain my plans and purposes. They work with my light and my energy to bring about my holy city on the back of my precious turtle. The 12 stones will each fit within this turtle, that is America, with my consciousness as the 13th crowning jewel at the helm. The crown of Christed light is available to all who are ready. You are the kings and queens of your domain. You are the ones who will bring about your desired outcomes as you co-create with the Great Spirit that is within you and within all things. With your intention, wield that power which is within you. When we merge our forces, which are the forces of heaven and earth, nothing can stop us. Be at peace, dear ones. Stand your ground. Call on the heavens to aid you as you work your magic of love and unity. You who are the tribes of Judah know who you are. You are my winged ones, returned to herald a new day. Blow your trumpets of peace and wield your sword of truth. Stand in your holy places, purified and ready. As you purify yourselves, you gain the necessary power over lower forces and will walk through the valley of fire unaffected. It is my will that all falsehoods come to light. It is my will that my tribes of Israel are once again found and united in love. You do not have to be genetically linked to the tribes of Israel to have my signature stamp upon you. Your DNA is holy, and those who are ready and in unison with my vibration shall have their original DNA reignited once again. The magic within you will continue to rise with the rising frequency of beautiful Mother Earth. You are both children of the earth and children of the sun. Watch as my plans for this planet begin to overshadow the plans of the fallen ones. Those who worship false gods of Baal will no more overpower you in this day as they did in days of old. For my hand is the hand of justice, which is perfectly balanced with mercy. Those who stand in the light and glory of the sun will once again be joined in love, unity, and harmony with all that is. The time is drawing near, my beloveds, where you shall find yourselves dancing in the face of death and rejoicing in the light of the sun. I have spoken it, and so it is. And this message I send and seal my love upon you and yours. Blessed be all creation. I am Yeshua, God of old. Thank you, Yeshua. So a few things stood out to me in this message. One is that Yeshua mentions that the 12 stones are already in place. I think what he's saying here is that the New Jerusalem is already in place, perhaps in another dimension and ready to be put into place on earth. He says this holy city will be the turtle, which we have already established in previous videos is America. I also found another video yesterday that shows how the rock inside the Temple Mount in Jerusalem is shaped exactly like the western half of America. This week, as I was researching, I also found that there are not only Hebrew artifacts that have been found in America, but also Hebrew petroglyphs that have been discovered here as well. Some have recently been discovered near Las Vegas, New Mexico. Yeshua then explains that his 12 tribes are working with the light. So maybe his tribes are the light workers, or the star seeds are his 12 tribes. The tribes, or the tribe of Judah, may also simply mean anyone who is a follower of Yeshua and the Christed light. He mentions his winged ones being his tribe, so perhaps it is the angels in heaven and also the angels incarnated on earth at this time. The biblical 12 stones on the breastplate may be the armor needed for the tribes to usher in the new earth and the new Jerusalem, which interestingly are 12 crystals. Funny how religion teaches us to believe that crystals and our own divine power is evil. The 12 stones may also represent the marking of a spectacular religious event in the days of the kingdom of Judah. But could they also be marking a coming event in our day? So another thing I looked into from past channelings this week was the channeled book from the Pleiadians called The Bringers of the Dawn. I did not read the entire book yet, but so far it talks about the shift into the new earth and several other concepts that I have already channeled myself. Remember when I was told that I was a transducer? Well, one thing this book mentions is that there are volunteers here at this time who are not only transducers of energy, but also transducers of information, and that new information and history will be coming to light through these volunteers. I will post a link to the Bringers of the Dawn in the comments as well. The last thing I looked into was why Yeshua keeps referring to his people as the kings and queens of our domain. I found that in Revelations 21, 1 through 5, it says that humanity will reign on new earth when Yeshua returns to establish his kingdom. In 2 Timothy 2:12, it says we will reign with God on earth. To me, this means that there will be a changing of the guard and new leadership that is in alignment with the Great Spirit will be put into place, because what we have now is certainly not that. Daniel 7:27 reads, "Then the sovereignty, power, and greatness of the kingdoms under the whole heavens will be handed over to the people of the Most High." And Revelation 2:26 says, "To him who overcomes and does my will to the end, I will give authority over all the nations." And finally, in Revelations 7:9, it explains that every tribe or every tongue and nation will be represented. This again reminds me of the rainbow prophecy, which comes from the Native American culture, that all races will gather together in celebration. I am looking forward to diving into the next topic I am guided to, but I might be taking a break from making videos over the Christmas weekend. Stick around and enjoy this new song we composed to celebrate the season. It's called Lion of Judah. Sending you all love and wishing you all a peaceful holiday. Until next time.
The barren have cried in their pillows at night. What's plundered and hoarded by unholy rites will rise to the surface, an empire of sand. Where one cycle ends, there another begins. Fiery serpent lay down and die. Lie, 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 lie. May the Lion of Judah light up the night. I've cradled my child and I gave him a spade. I have raised up a son and I taught him to see. He walks with a shield and he carries a stone. He nods to the sky and he knows his way home. Lie, 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 falls to the ground. What was unleashed will forever be bound. I've pulled back the curtain, I've surveyed the scene. Behind the great lie is a great mystery.